Hello and welcome back to Jubilee Road for episode 2 of Stock Take. So as you know, during this series I'm taking a look at every single wagon, coach, locomotive, DMU, non-British, American and all that kind of stuff. Not just to show you what I've got, it's actually good for me because I actually don't know exactly how much I own because I haven't really wrote it down. I haven't really counted it for quite some time, so it's a bit of well, education I guess for me as well to see how many I have. We were supposed to be doing a review today, but due to time constraints I'm not doing that. As you may know, here in Wales we are now allowed to meet up with friends and family, and that's exactly what I'm doing over the next few days, so that's why there's been less videos. I think, you know, it's just amazing to get out, see family and friends, so that's what I'm doing, and that's the main reason why there hasn't been as many videos, but I'm sure you forgive me for that one. The review was supposed to be on that, which is the new Helgen Class 33. That will 100% be the next video on the channel on that, so that's something to look forward to. So back to episode 2 then of Stock Take. You might be able to tell what we're looking at today. Today we are looking at all my DMUs that I own. Now this will be a lot shorter than looking at my diesel locos because I have a lot less. So let's go down the other end of the layout and look what DMUs I have. Here we are at my lineup of British DMUs. Now then, as you can see, where do we start off? Is it one of the most hated trains in Britain? I think it's probably up there, isn't it? Here we go then, we have 2 Pacers. Now these are the original Hornby ones, so very little detail on them, but to be honest, for what they are, they do run really well. Now, all these DMUs I put here only have one car from the set. Now, I have 2 of these, and you can see there's holes there. That's for lighting. This set actually has digital sound, and this set is just DC, but it's going to be highly modified over the coming months. Maybe paint the interior, put passengers, lighting, probably a drive in there and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to drill a hole through the front here and put a coupling in there so it can hook up to other DMUs in the fleet. So just upgrade these. So next up we have, yes, we have another Pacer. Obviously these 3 are in Arriva Trains Wales. Now this one is made by, is it Rail Track or Real Track Trains? I think it's Real Track, isn't it? Something like that, guys. Sorry, I'm not 100% up on my DMUs, I gotta be honest. So yeah, this is another Pacer, slightly different to these. We don't have the hump down the roof, as we call it, and it's a slightly different front end. I believe these were earlier compared to these. These were sort of a newer version of these. This model is just incredible, extreme level of detail. Mind you, that is its downfall. They like to fall to bits when you try and fit a decoder in. That's exactly why I haven't. Obviously, all these first 3 are part of 2 car sets. So then, if we move on to the next one, you all know what this is. This is the Dapple 121 bubble car. It's technically a DMU, although it's only 1 unit. But it's a single car, but it's classed as a DMU. Again, Dapple have done a fab job on these. Really good detail. Mine doesn't run too well, so we've got to give that a bit of a service. It's in the Arriva Trains Wales livery, because yes, Arriva did have one of these. It used to run from Cardiff to Cardiff Bay, and I did have a trip on it once, and it was quite a unique experience travelling on one of these. Sadly, they don't use it anymore, but a good model from Dapple. So next up we come to 2 first generation DMUs, and now this is where my knowledge goes completely out to the window and I make a complete idiot of myself. Sorry, I do not know the classes of these 2. I really don't. Sorry guys, I haven't got a clue what they are because I'm not up on my first generation DMUs. But here we have, this is a Backman model. It's fairly old now, I gotta be honest. It's probably a good 10 to 15 years now I've had this one. Part of a 2-car set, you know, it's got the sprung buffers, it's got interior lighting, which is not brilliant, nice detail, runs well, yeah, and it's an overall nice looking model. Next up, we have another first generation DMU. This is a Hornby one, so quite a basic model, but again, it runs really well. Well, not at the moment, because we've got traction tyres which are, well, perished. This is the driving unit, so the motor's here at the back, and it has got traction tyres there at the back to help it get round layouts and stuff, which have perished, so I've got to get some new ones for that. But yeah, that's not exactly a hard job to do. So another 2 nice first generation DMUs there. So next up we have 2 Class 150s. So these are both Backman one. This is an earlier one. Obviously this is part of a 2-car set. Doesn't run amazingly. A lot of my locos need maintenance now after being in storage. It's got directional lighting, it's digital fitted. The only problem is they used a huge motor in these, which absolutely completely ruined the model in my opinion. They've blacked out about that much of the coach with a huge motor, and yeah, it was a bad decision. But back then, I guess that's what they were doing. This is in, as you can see, sort of the older Arriva Trains Wales livery, slightly different colours. So next up we have another Backman 150. Now this is the newer one. This is the one with the digital sound and passengers and interior lighting, so you can imagine the price was as high as the moon, which it was. Again, this is a fab model. They've done a really nice job on this. Nice touch to put the passengers and all that kind of stuff in it, and the interior lighting. Digital sound is very good, it runs well, you know, and that kind of stuff. But again, Backman have made the same mistake, and they put a huge motor here at the back. Don't know why they've done that, but I guess that's what they did to save money, although they didn't put that savings onto us, did they? But overall, a good 2-car set. We move on to the next 2 models. You all know what these is. These are Class 153s. Both made by Hornby, because I believe they're the only people who have made them, other than Lima, I would imagine. So first up, we got the updated Arriva Trains Wales livery here. Fantastic runners, nice detail, and they're not normally too expensive, these. You can pick them up fairly cheap. Well, the Arriva ones tend to be a little bit more expensive on other versions. Again then, we got another 153. This is in the earlier Arriva Trains Wales livery, but exactly the same as this one with a level of detail. The only sort of complaint I have with these is the snowplows or guards here at the front. They're attached to the bogie, so they do this. They swivel, which looks absolutely stupid. I think Hornby could have attached them to the underneath of the body there. I think that would have been a much better. You can do that. I'm probably going to do that at some point. The next 2 we are looking at is 2 Backman 158s. This one is a very early Backman 158 in the original Arriva Trains Wales livery. It has more bulbs than LEDs here at the front. They're not realistic at all, but that's what they were doing back then, and it worked. Good runners and nice detail, and obviously again it's part of a 2-car set. Next up we have the newly tooled Backman 158, and yeah, this is one heck of a model. This is what Backman can do when they really put their minds to it. Can't fault this at all. Incredible level of detail. We've got interior lighting, we've got directional lighting, we've got the digital sound in it, and even the door indicator lights, which are here in the middle, so when the doors open they light up. Fab touch that. And finally they've put a slimline motor in it, so it doesn't take up half the coach. Really nice Backman. A heck of a price to pay for them, but you won't be disappointed when you get them. Fab model, really good DMU there from Backman, and I would say that's their best DMU so far. So next up we have another Backman model. Now you all know what this is. This is a Class 170 in the current cross-country livery. This is a part of a 3-car set. really nice model by Backman, nice detail. The lighting is a tad on the poor side, but is a fairly old model now. The retooled versions are on their way. These go for very high prices now because they are fairly rare. I did see one on eBay only yesterday, and it was £175. Now that's a good price these days to pay for that. They normally go for quite a bit more than that. But yeah, a nice DMU, and they do run in my area, these, so that's why I've got one. Next up, we have another cross country. Now you all know what this is. This is the Voyager, which you call. Now there are two different classes of Voyagers. I think it's to do with the different bogies that they have, and I don't know what the classes are. I'm not up on the Voyager. They're not my favourite train. I think these in real life are up there with hated as much as the Pacers are. To be honest, I don't have much of a problem. The engines are awful in them. I've never had so much vibration from a train before. Even the Pacers don't have that. They're not the best, but they're okay. They get you there and back fairly well. Now, the last one. I did say we're not going to be having as many. Now, this is the most, well, modern train in the group. This, as you know, is the Class 800. This is in the Great Western livery, and we do have a name. It's Sir Daniel Gooch. Now this is the first batch that Hornby brought out a while ago, and it's part of a 5-car set. Hornby have done a really nice job on these. They're well detailed. You've got nice detail on the pantograph there. You can just see it there. I said it comes in a 5-car set. It's got interior lighting, which is slightly on the poor side. They've run beautifully. And I know they did have a slight issue with the bogies and couplings when they first come out, but that seems to be sorted. Mine has no issues whatsoever. Yes, this is technically not classed as a DMU, it's a DEMU or bio-mode train, because obviously these can run on diesel and electric. Very futuristic. Like a Toyota Prius, isn't it? But the Toyota Prius is rubbish. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. That is my collection of DMUs. Now, it doesn't look many here, but obviously most of these sets have 2 or 3 cars on the back, which would make this a lot longer across this board here. So, how many do I have? Well, it's easy to count today. Let's have a look. So yeah, today that was pretty easy to count. We have 15. Now, as I did say, obviously most of these have other parts to them, like the Voyager has 5, the 800 has 5, and the others have 2 to 3. So yeah, there is quite a lot of stock here. It just doesn't look it because I've only used 1 car from each train. So guys, thank you very much for watching episode 2 of Stock Take here at Jubilee Road. Let me know what your favourite out of these models is, and your favourite DMU in real life. Now, I'm going to tell you my favourite DMU in real life. It's actually these, the 158s. At the moment in my area, I really enjoy travelling on them. They're normally really comfortable, they're fast, and love the noise they make. So yeah, these are really lovely, but these are slowly taking over here now. We've got quite a lot of these running in the area. Also, these are very nice to travel on as well. But DMUs, these are my favourites. And the 175, if you don't know if you know what that is, it's an Arriva Trains Wales, are awful. Absolutely hate them with a passion. If one turns up on a railway station, I won't get on it. Don't like them at all. But anyway, that's for a different video. Yeah, let me know your favourite in here, and let me know what your favourite is in real life. So then, I'll be back here with a review on the all-new Helgen Class 33 in a few days' time, and also other railway content. I'll see you all very soon. Bye everyone.